The Amazing RoboCop, Boan. Once upon a time in the forest, birds and flowers were fragrant and colorful, and animals lived a happy life. The dog Boan often came to the forest to sing and dance with everyone. The forest gives all animals the most precious gift, freedom. They often sit around the pond and enjoy the beautiful dance of the peacocks together. On this day, the dog Boan came to the forest again and found that many of his friends were gone. "Where have all my friends gone?" he muttered to himself in a confused tone.
"They were all captured and held in a place called the zoo,"
a wise owl answered from a tree. Then the owl flew away, and only Boan was left in the forest. Boan sat under a tree, crying helplessly, and refused to leave for a long time. It was getting dark. Suddenly, he heard a voice from the fog. His ears stood up.
"You'll be the chosen to save all the animals. Remember to whisper the mantra, 'I'm RoboCop Boan.'"
"I'm going to see my friend." The puppy made up his mind. Boan stopped crying, sniffed the mysterious friend in the woods, and walked to the place where the animals were being held. When Boan entered a place surrounded by high walls and giant gates, Boan felt nervous. He found it heavily guarded. There were people everywhere with sticks and patrolling around. Boan cautiously came to the cage where the animals were kept.
"I can't live in this small cage forever. Save me from this place,"
the poor tiger said to Boan.
"I want to swim freely in the big river in our forest,"
the crocodile in the cage also shouted. Boan wanted to help these animals return to the free forest, and he suddenly remembered the sound he heard in the forest.
Wow, I'm RoboCop Boan,"
he growled. In an instant, Boan was surrounded by lightning. A gust of wind blew over the zoo. A huge transparent helmet made of magic glass covers his head and brown ears. A blue metal shield and steel armor appeared in front of him, and the blue shield and steel armor flew towards the puppy, covering his body. It was his shiny steel armor. Boan's armor also brings two powerful weapons, a laser gun and a flashlight. They can emit a dazzling light just by pressing the button with their claws. Boan rushed to the cage at the speed of light and shot the lock of the cage with the super gun. And all the cages were open. Boan looks like a brave and fearless RoboCop. All the people in the zoo were surprised to see the change in the puppy.
"Oh my God, that's Boan!"
With the help of his magical RoboCop armor, Boan dug a long tunnel that led deep into the forest.
"My friends, come this way!"
Boan brought all his friends to the tunnel. The tunnel was deep and dark. Boan turned on the flashlight, and the animals ran along the tunnel to the big forest, and they were all rescued.
"You are the real hero, RoboCop Boan!"
All the friends in the forest screamed.
"Friends, you all belong to the forest and should enjoy a free life,"
Boan said bravely. Boan flew to the exit of the tunnel, and he blocked the opening of the tunnel with something, so that no one can enter the forest.
"You will be the brave RoboCop, the guardian of the future forest,"
said the deep voice in the forest. At this time, RoboCop Boan flew into the sky and sat on the highest mountain in the forest, where he always guarded his friends.